Hi there, this is Shrikant Dasare. So, in this lesson, we are going to continue our studies on introduction to JavaScript. Okay, so let me launch the IDE. So, the IDE here we are using is a Visual Web Developer 2005 Express edition, which is very ancient. Since we have the reason we have chosen to use this web IDE because it is very lightweight and very comfortable for doing all so minimalistic JavaScript programming. Okay, so here I have already created a project under the name Intro to JavaScript here. Okay, so which consists nothing but index.html file. So let me go to full screen here. So so here we have a clean slate HTML5 template, which has nothing but just a body. Inside the body it has an h1 tag here. Okay, so if you run this page in the browser, so just get the heading display here. Okay, so nothing much exciting here. So now let's add a script tag to our inside the body section here. Okay, since we know that we are allowed to add the script tags inside the head section or in the body, so many developers prefer to add the script tag at the end of all the HTML tags here. Okay, so at the ending section of the body. Okay, so the reason they do because it is very convenient to load the scripts after all the HTML gets rendered in the browser. Okay, so if you have the head script tag inside the head tag, so until all the scripts are executed, the HTML content does not get loaded. Okay, so for that reason, it's always a good practice to have the script tag inside at the ending part of the body section. Okay, so in this JavaScript introduction part, in this lesson we are going to learn about comment. Okay, so comments in JavaScript. Okay, so there are two types of comments in JavaScript. One is single line comment, which goes like this. So you can have a small message here. So this is a single line comment. Okay, the use of comment is just to increase the readability of your code, and so that the user or whoever looks into your script can understand easily. So how each instruction is placed, and maintainability also becomes easier. So if you add some comments to your scripting statements. Okay, so let's have a small JavaScript statement also, document.write.ln. So since we are in the very early stage of learning JavaScript, so time and again I am using only the single statement. Okay, in the subsequent lessons we will go deep into the JavaScript programming language. Okay, so let's have a small message here. Hello from JavaScript. Okay, so now if you run your page in the web browser, so by hitting the F5 or small triangle here. Okay, so you just get the message displayed here, hello from JavaScript, which is just we have written in the written using the document.write.ln method here. Okay, so apart from that, we also have a multi-line comment. Let me stop the debugging here. So multi-line comment goes like this. As the name implies, you can have comments in more than one line here. Okay, star slash star. You can have another message. This is a multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. So just done. So all these messages were very stupid. So you can write whatever the comment you need according to the instruction which you give inside the language. Okay, so which is done in more than one line. Okay, so I'm ending the multi-line comment by star and slash here. Okay, so this is a multi-line comment and this is a single line comment. Okay, so there are these two kinds of comments in JavaScript. Okay, so apart from these, so we should also be aware that if there exists a situation where the JavaScript or else if your client or user running the JavaScript where a particular browser does not support JavaScript. Okay, does not support JavaScript. So in that situation, so you need to bypass your JavaScript instructions with the help of this kind of syntax. Okay, so for that purpose I have taken another script tag here. Okay, so exclamatory and a double hyphen and multi-line single line comment and double hyphen and an arrow symbol. Okay, so now whatever you write inside this statements, just gets bypassed whenever your user or the client runs the JavaScript in ancient browsers like Internet Explorer less than 3 or Lynx browser, something like this. Okay, so let's have the same old document title and statement here. Okay, so again let's have hello from JavaScript. Okay, a simple statement here. Okay, so let's have a couple of BR tags here so that it does not get displayed immediately after the okay. So if you run this application here, you just get the same output, but so the only difference is the both are one and the same here. Okay, the script tag without this kind of syntax and plain JavaScript statement, simple JavaScript statement here. The only difference is, so if you use this kind of syntax, which is an HTML complement, HTML standard, to bypass the script whenever the JavaScript is not supported by the browser. Okay, so apart from these two things, we also have a NoScript tag, which is used to tell to the user that the JavaScript is disabled in your browser. Okay, so if you go to Chrome, here, so Chrome now, and if you go to the settings option like this, and if you go to advanced settings and you have a content settings here. Okay, so if at all if you turn off or else if you highlight this option, do not allow any site to run JavaScript. Okay, so if you do something like this unexpectedly or wantedly, so if you get back to your IDE, and now if you can make use of this NoScript tag here. Okay, so NoScript tag so tells the browser or else informs the user that the script is turned off. The NoScript tag is activated whenever the script is turned off, and it automatically jumps to this section and spits out whatever the message is written inside this NoScript tag here. Okay, so you can have a message here like this, either the JavaScript is turned off, or your browser does not support JavaScript. Okay, so you can have a small message to indicating your user that accidentally the JavaScript is turned off. So now if you run this page in the browser, you see what happens. Okay, so you get just displayed that message here, whatever you have typed here. So this got displayed because we have turned off our JavaScript wantedly in our Chrome here. So if you enable once again, if you go to settings in Chrome, show advanced settings and content settings, and if you again allow the sites, if you turn on this option, allow all the sites to run JavaScript. So go back to your HTML page, and if you reload, and you don't see this message again here. Okay, so your JavaScript statements are back executing as normal. Okay, so this is the advantage of NoScript tag. So whenever the JavaScript is disabled or it's turned off in Chrome or Firefox or whatever the browser, so it warns the end user or programmer that he has to enable his JavaScript in order to run the scripts. Okay, so there is one last thing to learn about this introductory part in JavaScript, which is about the external scripts. Okay, so there is a convenience of writing the whole JavaScript in an external file, and you can link that JavaScript using the src attribute here. Okay, So in order to do that, let's add an item inside our project here. Okay, add a new item. So let's say a JavaScript file here. Okay, let's say it as ext.js. Okay, so here I have taken a new .js. So here .js is the extension of JavaScript file. Okay, so if at all you find any file with .js, that means that it is a JavaScript file. Okay, so in order to link this JavaScript file, so let's write a small message here. Document.writeLn. Hello from external JavaScript file. Okay, so here I have a small document.writeLn message. Okay, so now in order to link this external JavaScript file in our index.html, so we need to use something like this: script src is equal to ext.js. Okay, so our IDE is smart enough to have that intelligence here. Okay, so now if you run your page in the Chrome, so you get first displayed this hello from external JavaScript file. So this is coming from somewhere from here. Okay, so here you have an external JavaScript file here which has nothing but a small hello from external JavaScript file message. Okay, so that gets linked through this script src attribute. Script and script tag. Inside the script tag we had an src attribute, and we have just linked the JavaScript external JavaScript file, which just sits in our own project folder. Okay, so in this way you can link the external JavaScript file. So if you want, you can run this page once again in the Chrome to see the output. Okay, so this is about another introductory part of JavaScript. So to summarize, we have seen how to impart comments in our JavaScript coding. Okay, so also we have seen how to bypass our JavaScript whenever the user runs the HTML page which is embedded with JavaScript statements in an ancient browsers like Internet Explorer less than 3 versions or Lynx browser. Okay, so also we have seen about what is a NoScript tag. So if the JavaScript is accidentally turned off in your page, so in your browser, sorry, so in that situation the NoScript tag is fired and it just warns the user with this message. Okay, so that he can enable his JavaScript and run the script as normal. So also we have seen how to link the source external JavaScript files using the src attribute in the script tag. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.